Should we throw away our old charcoal, or can it be burned as good as new? So as you've seen in a lot of our videos, at least I hope you've seen in a lot of our videos, sometimes I use new charcoal, and sometimes I burn the charcoal left from the last cook. Well, we get more comments and questions and remarks about, is it as good? Does it burn as hot? Does it light as fast? We are gonna find out the answers to all of those questions today. I've got it set up so that we have the used charcoal on one side and we have new charcoal on the other side. We're gonna find out if FOGO charcoal needs to be thrown away when you use it after you first cook, or if you can use it again and again and again. We wanted to keep this as consistent as possible. So today we are using our FOGO Black Bag Premium Charcoal. It's our medium-sized chunks. Now what I have, the reason I'm using this is because the stuff that I have that's burned already is from this size bag. Okay, we want to keep it as equal as possible. Now I actually took a bunch of time and sorted through and tried to make everything the same size. As you can see here, both sides, the used and the new, both have very similar sized chunks, the same amount and everything. We want to keep it as consistent as possible, okay? We're gonna do a couple different things. We're gonna use FOGO starters, 2 in each side to get the used stuff burning and to get the new stuff burning. I've also got 2 different thermometers, so nobody can say, oh, this one's no good or that one's no good. This way we can have consistency on both. We're gonna check it with both. We wanna absolutely learn for finally knowing once and for all, is old used charcoal as good as brand spanking new charcoal? I have my doubts as to whether the old charcoal is gonna burn as well as the new charcoal. I'm excited to see though. I think we should get this stuff lit and let's find out. All right, so like I said, we're trying to go with equal size pieces in both bags. So I think we did a pretty good job sorting them out here. Also, you notice the nice new gasket we have installed here? Did you see that in our last video? How to install a gasket on a big green egg? Go check it out. All right, like I said, we're gonna set 2 fire starters on this side and 2 fire starters on this side. So let's set them up right. And light these babies up. Now, are we starting off with everything fair? Let's check to make sure. They're both burning in the same spot, both burning the same amount. We lit them both right at the same time within 30 seconds of each other. So we want to keep it as fair and as even as possible so we get an accurate result here. That's what's important, accurate results. FOGO charcoal. Tick tock, tick tock. We are about 15 minutes in. So let's do our first check. It looks to me like the new charcoal side is burning a little bit hotter and quicker than the used charcoal side. So let's check here and check the new charcoal. 700, 800, 900 degrees. Okay, now let's check the used side. Ooh, about 600 degrees. Okay. We do have a little bit of differences there. So as you can see, we tried to get the starters going the same. We tried to get everything going the same. So about 15 minutes in, the brand new charcoal is burning hotter. Now the other stuff is burning beautifully, but the other stuff is burning hotter. The new charcoal is burning hotter. So let's give it another 15, we'll check it again. Okay, things are really starting to heat up. Heat up, we're in about a half hour in. So we're gonna use our Thermoworks #1 pan here, and we're gonna try and see at grate level if we can figure out if there's a temperature difference. So let's start with this side. I'm gonna hold it at grate level above the middle of the fire. 340, okay, so 340. Let this cool off for a second, and let's test it up over grate level over this side, which does not appear to be burning quite as much. The used charcoal seems to be taking longer to get going. So it's still burning, but it's definitely taking longer to get up to a good temperature. So this is about 200, maybe 225 degrees. So we're trying to keep it the same thing, but the new charcoal is definitely lighting much faster and burning much quicker. All right there, boys and girls out there in FOGO land. So we're just over 45 minutes into this now, and things are really heating up again. I know I keep using that same joke, but it just seems so appropriate. So let's try the new side again. This takes a second for the temperatures to catch up to it. So we're trying to hold it right at grate level. All right, it's going up pretty quick here. Woo, it's hot. So we'll figure 550, okay? On average, probably about 550 over that level. Now, let's switch over to the used charcoal side and see how it's doing. All right, so we've got it over the used side again. Now we're hovering right at about 300, all right? So you can see the new stuff, the fire has spread a lot more. The new stuff, the used stuff, it's still a little bit more central, okay? And it's still not getting quite as hot. So we're over 45 minutes, we're almost an hour into this thing. And the hot side, the new charcoal side, I'm sorry, is burning really hot, where it's taking a lot longer for the used charcoal side to get going. I have to admit, I am absolutely and totally surprised by this result. I did not think there was going to be that much of a difference because I use my used charcoal a lot. So my interpretation of this is like, so if you're gonna do something where you're cooking hot, making pizzas or things like that, you might wanna look at using new charcoal for that. If not, give yourself a lot more time to get it prepared for cooking. Let's check. All right, we are just over an hour, about an hour and 7 minutes into this thing, and I am absolutely astounded by the differences between the two charcoal. The new charcoal lit faster, it's burning hotter, the fire spread quicker. The old charcoal is still burning and it's burning hot. Okay, let's test the temperatures here. Let's try with the infrared gun here. We'll start with this side. Okay, it's just reading off the charts. Let's try this side. Okay, so both sides are burning very hot right in the center. Both burning really hot, both burning very clean. There's no foul smells or anything like that. But it's amazing to me that the hot side is burning, not the hot side, the new charcoal side is burning so much hotter than the old charcoal side. I'm really amazed. I did not expect a difference. I thought maybe a slight difference, but there is a major difference. So the result here to me is that if you're gonna cook and you need to do it quickly, use new charcoal. If you have some time, use the old charcoal. It's still fine. It burns beautifully and it burns fine. Or maybe use some more starters to get it going if you want to get it going quicker. But the new charcoal definitely burns hotter and faster than the old charcoal did. So there we have it. So let's just wait a couple more minutes and see what this whole thing looks like. Give it about another 10, 15 minutes. Now, just so you know what kind of setup we're using here, the first thing I did, I cleaned out all the old ash out of the bottom of the egg, so I made sure we had good, clean airflow. I didn't want anything impeding the air so it would affect the fire. Next thing I did is I'm using the big green egg charcoal basket. The extra large one actually has a metal divider that comes with it that I put in there to separate the two sides. So that's our setup. We're using the extra large big green egg. We're using FOGO premium black bag charcoal for today's experiment. And like I said, I'm just amazed by the results. I'm really blown away. I never would have thought this. We are just at over an hour and a half into this thing, and there is no need to keep this experiment going. The new charcoal definitely burns quicker and hotter than the old charcoal. The old charcoal is still burning beautifully, but the new stuff is definitely a marked difference. So we can close the lid on this experiment. Get it? And while I got you here, I hope that you received some good information out of this, because we were all amazed at the results. I know I keep saying it, but I really didn't expect there to be a difference. I thought maybe a slight difference, a little bit, but there's a major difference between the old charcoal and the new charcoal. So if you have some ideas that you'd like to see us to do a test on, or anything you want to know about your big green egg, leave it in the comments below. We want to address what you would like to see and what you would like to see us cover. So I'm going to remind you to get out and grill, and I will see you the next time on the FOGO Life.